Snitzerland is in front, the little girl's holding on.
Coralie, Snitzerland was such a popular race filly, wasn't she? Of course, racing in the Neil Werrett colours, won a Lightning Stakes, also a Danehill Challenge, San Domenico, Champagne Stakes at Moonee Valley and the VRC Thoroughbred Breeders' Stakes. That's one very impressive racehorse, isn't it?
She is. She's very impressive. I know her more as a broodmare though, so that's where my experience with her, like I've dealt with her as being a mum and looking after her babies and then, standing out in the paddock the way she is now.
It's so important, isn't it, to see these mares now, continuing on and being looked after, because people are always interested. Sometimes the mares used to disappear and no one would know anything about them, but it's so much easier now to follow what they're doing. What's her day-to-day routine now?
She's living her best life, I put it. We feed them in the mornings and then just grazes around eating grass every day, all day. That's their life. If they need anything, we're there to provide it. That's the life of a broodmare. I treat them all exactly the same. She's a lovely sweet mare. I've never had a problem doing anything with her. She's a great mum, raises beautiful foals. Just like her, she does well with whatever you feed her and whatever you're doing. So she has great feet. She's she's an easy mare, I suppose. They get fed once in the morning. They're on a diet regimen that is being set aside by feed providers, and it's got all the multiple vitamins, minerals, everything they need. And they get that once a day. When they come down to the foaling unit, they'll get checked a lot more often as they progress in their pregnancy, get closer to foaling. We then have night watch staff so they're under 24-hour surveillance. We monitor them very closely, and then once the foal's born, for the first 72 hours you're monitoring the mare and the foal very closely. That's where my area is down there with them. They get their feet done every 6 weeks, so it just maintains a good healthy foot. We're very lucky here at Vinery, we have great country, so their feet are always good. When it's dry, of course, we can increase their feed or supplement them hay. When they're feeding a foal, they will get more feed if they're in a small yard or whatever. As best of my knowledge, she's easy to get in foal. She carries the foal, not a problem. She's an easy foaler. I've actually foaled her first foal, her daughter. I foaled her first 2 foals. So I've had more experience with her daughter than with her foaling wise, but last year's foal, it was easy foaling. The foal was easy, no dramas. She always provides enough milk for it. She's soft and kind with it, and that's just who she is.
But Sacred Choice sprinted away with 100 to go. She's revelling in the ground. Sacred Choice.
Sacred Choice, a great race filly, a Maya Classic winner. She won a Doncaster handicap. That is the toughest of the toughest over that Randwick mile. The emancipation and an aspiration quality. But out here, she's just another broodmare to you, isn't she? But obviously, ageing, she's rising 19, and so she takes a certain amount of different care to some of the other younger broodmares.
Yeah, so the older mares, sometimes they will get fed differently, so they'll get fed more or they'll get fed twice a day. Sometimes if they're not coping, we may put a rug on them in the winter just to help them cope through the winter months. But we keep monitor. If they start losing condition, we will get dentists, and of course we have vets on call to do everything we can for them. They're all loved in every single way, and then once they retire, we'll look after them different again, whether they become a nanny or they just live out their life in a paddock.
It's really important, isn't it, for the breeding industry to show the way that these older mares are cared for, isn't it? It's such a big thing. People don't realise the amount of care one individual mare takes for the whole of its life.
It takes a village, really. They're born here, they'll go racing, and then they come back, we breed with them, and then, they live out their best life. And it takes numerous people and so many things to get it done. At the moment, she's just on the same regimen as everyone else, but she's in a smaller mob rather than being in a bigger mob where we can keep an eye on her condition. So if she does drop off, then we can take the necessary steps to look after her. And sometimes it's best just to leave them alone to be a horse. We feed them and monitor them, but they like being out in the weather and they grow a woolly coat and it's quite cute. But we go out, we take special care of the older ones, we'll give them cuddles and pats and treats, and we have a few older ones that like carrots, so you'll give them a carrot, you know, they get spoiled. You have to love the horses. You have to want to be here. I mean, you're outside in winter, in the cold, in the rain, in summer, in the heat, and you're working hard. So you have to do this because you love them. It's simple as that. I've done this my entire life, and just, you know, you get to foal that mare, and then years later you get to foal her daughter, and then you can follow them on the racetrack, and then foal them, you know, their daughter's daughters. It's so rewarding. And they're gentle. They're so gentle and lovely. Like, they haven't got a mean bone in their body, most of them. And yeah, we love them all.